Hey everybody! Today we're going to be going to the beautiful island of Kauai. We're going to hit Duke's Restaurant, the Kauai Coffee Company, some beautiful valleys, a beautiful beach or two, do some driving around and have some fun. Hang on!
Exercise caution, okay. Here in Hawaiian Airlines, we do have mesh curtains separating the first. Just your watches, Hawaii is currently 3 hours behind South Street.
Real quick, I'll run over a rundown of the planned services that we have on board today, weather permitting, of course. Very soon you'll be seeing our flight attendants coming to the aisles with our Pauhana snack cart. On this cart we do have Hawaiian-themed snacks as well as pillow, blanket sets.
Well, we've been planning this vacation for quite a while. We'd already been to Oahu twice previously. We've been to Oahu 10 years ago, and then again 5 years ago. Now here it is 5 years later, and we're decided to go to Kauai. Finally arriving. Wow. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So check this thing out. It's only got like 300 miles on it. This is going to be fun. So we finally got into Lihue Kauai. So we're going to rent this baby. I see the top pops off, so that's cool.
Perfect. Is it okay if we send the rental agreement to that email?
Here's the money part. It's okay, it'll be fine.
Do you have any questions, concerns, or anything for me?
Yeah. Well, you're here. What are you going to say for yourself?
Me? I say it's pretty amazing. Green, Hawaii, Kauai.
Now, driving around in Hawaii is, you need to learn to slow down. And so we were still kind of wound up from the flight and tired, and we thought, well, we'll stop into Duke's first thing. We've been to Duke's on Oahu. It's one of the best clubs, and we thought we'd try the Duke's Club at Kauai, see what it's like. A little bit smaller than the one on Oahu, but just as nice. Right on the beach, beautiful surroundings, pretty good prices, not bad. Just a very relaxed atmosphere, all open, everything. That's the thing you get. It's hard to get used to. Everything just open. There's really not any bugs. And this is Duke's, right on the beach.
Mahalo, thank you so much. I'll take you guys over to the North Shore, a place called Haleiwa. Mahalo, thank you. Over there on the North Shore of Oahu.
That cat
Little tune goes
just
something
sits
like
and
this.
eats fish all day. Yep, that was one cool cat. I was kind of jealous.
Hanua, no Haleiwa. Kuhome, aloha.
My tax for 2 nights.
Hanua, no Haleiwa. Kuhome. photos of it.
Yes. Oh yeah, forgot to mention the chickens. They're everywhere. I mean everywhere. They just pop up in the weirdest places, all over the beach. It's weird, but it's cool.
We know, oh, Waimea,
It took me about 10 minutes to get out of Hawaii's aloha spirit. And it's something, unless you've ever been to Hawaii, it's hard to describe the aloha spirit. It just comes over you. There's something about the islands. Just, I don't know, I've never been able to relax like I can relax here. It's just beautiful. Beautiful beaches. It's really hard to describe. I'm not very good with the adjectives, and I guess I'll have to come up with some better adjectives here. Beautiful, beautiful, stunning, exceptional. So Kalapaki Beach is actually in Lihue, and Lihue is where you fly into for the most part on the island of Kauai. But we're going to go see better beaches. We ran into this Hawaiian lady, native Hawaiian, native of Kauai, at Tropic Isle Music next door to Duke's, and she's playing a nose flute. She's actually playing that flute with her nose. I never seen anything like that before. So I bought one for my brother. He's a musician. I'll let him figure out how to play it. I tried it. I couldn't even make a note on it. But she was a very skilled musician. She played all of ukuleles, and Debbie decided she was going to buy a ukulele. So we brought a ukulele home from Kauai. At least it wasn't the size of a guitar. But yeah, it was a good music store, and it was she kind of entertained us and told us a lot of Hawaiian stories about the island, and she was a very interesting lady, and it was just nice to talk to some local natives. So we jumped back in the Jeep, headed down the road. We decided we are going to go to the Grand Canyon of Hawaii. Stunning. What other words can I use to describe this? It's just incredible. Waterfalls. That's when we really knew we were in Kauai, when we got to this point, and we thought, wow, you know, we're up out of the city. We're up at around 5,000 feet, the tallest point in Kauai, and it's just, what's striking is the quietness of it, just the beauty and the quietness. And we kind of realized, well, why we came here instead of going to the fun. It's fun on Oahu. It's a lot of fun. Oahu's great, but this was different. This is a different island. It's more country, almost to the akin of going to the north shore of Oahu. We went up to the top, one of the wettest spots on Earth, 5,148 feet. The misty valley below, and just the lush green. I never seen green like this before, except in some parts of Oahu where green is this, but this was exceptionally green. Now, we were one of the lucky times when it wasn't raining up here, so we felt pretty fortunate. We had a little bit of drizzle, and the rain was threatening. It can come at any moment. And Debbie was looking for her bird, an ali'i bird. very rare, very hard to find, very shy. Only one part of Kauai has, and we were in the spot where this bird was at. Now, this bird is found on the other islands, but it's pretty rare, very shy, very hard to find. And we had been around for quite a while, and Debbie was, I think, disappointed that she didn't get to see her bird. And all of a sudden, she kind of looks up, and there it is. She thinks she sees one, and she thinks she hears it, but she's not sure. And she got all excited. I'm not a bird person. She's the bird person. But then all of a sudden, there he was. And we just got very quiet. We tried to be very quiet. And we could hear them around us. And there were other birds too. Now, these birds are very hard to get a picture of because they are very skittish. They don't like their picture taken. They're very fast moving. They are just a very difficult bird to get pictures of. I will admit these are not our pictures. Our pictures just didn't turn out very well at all, so I used somebody else's. But boy, it was beautiful. It was just awesome. It was just incredible to see these birds in the wild. So we jumped back in the Jeep and headed back down the road, and we thought, I'm kind of tired. It's getting toward afternoon. It had been a long flight, and it was starting to rain, and we felt really lucky that we were able to get any pictures at all. We were able to go for a hike before we washed away, because you get torrential rains up there all the time. And we thought, hey, let's get some coffee. Kauai Coffee Company. And we had heard about this place from a lot of people, and it was one of the stops that we're supposed to make, that a recommended stop to make. And I had no idea what it was. And I had heard of Kauai Coffee, and I thought, well, why not? And so they grow it locally and ship it all over the world. And wow, I had no idea what good coffee was like.
Finally found you.
Got lost. Getting iced coffee. And we had decaf too, so we You want some?
They have many different kinds. Oh, the coconut. Let's see. No, that was the vanilla macadamia nut. Oh, that was just so good. It was all samples, and they had, 25, 30 different kinds. Chocolate macadamia nut. Oh, so good. And I learned a lot about coffee, about what it's like to grow and what it's like to run a coffee plantation. It's a lot of work, and I didn't really know anything about it. So that's kind of an educational thing. Beautiful grounds to look at. Just the stunning greenery all around you, and it was really nice because there weren't very many people here in the afternoon. The place is really, I felt pretty busy in the morning, and so I felt glad that we weren't there for the crowds. We missed that. And then so there's a gift shop, and there's lots to look at. It's a great place for buying gifts and souvenirs. Needed some coffee, but it was great. And so it was time to go. I thought, okay, and then I saw this little guy, and the geckos are everywhere. And they're not like a lizard. They're just different. They got sticky feet, not claws, and they're very, very shy, as you can see. We decided to skip the walking tour or the guided tour. Went on the walking tour. We just decided to go alone, and it really wasn't anybody doing much of the tours right then, so it was kind of nice. It was just Debbie and I. And I did, again, okay, so that's a coffee tree, huh? Okay. never seen one before. In fact, I never really looked at coffee beans before, but there they are. There's some coffee beans. That is before they're dried and harvested and before they're dried. And I was trying to think now, I guess they have people that just go and pick these coffee beans. Boy, that's pretty laborious. Not really knowing anything about it. One tree gives, as you can see by the sign, 1 pound of coffee per year. Each little tree gives 1 pound per year. What else do we learn? Notice in the sidewalk, sometimes you gotta slow down and notice the little details that are around you. You gotta slow down. Of course, it's our first day. We're pretty excited. Lots of different types of coffee. They grow this and that and this and that and this and that. One thing I learned is never ever put coffee in the freezer or you'll ruin it. Another thing I'd never seen is what is this? It's a coffee harvester. I never did know there was such a thing. So apparently they run that through the groves and the bush goes through the center of the machine, and apparently these little sticks spin and knock the beans off, and I guess it sucks them up at the same time. So this is the plantation over here. This is where all the processing is done. And so it was time to leave. We needed to get going. We had to get back to our hotel. That's the end of our first day. In our next episode, we'll be visiting the beautiful Wailua Falls on the South Fork of the Wailua River. We'll also be meeting some artists who show us how to do their crafts, make their crafts, as they make a living on the island of Kauai. We'll also be running into some more chickens. We'll also see some more waterfalls. And we'll be going on a 50-foot catamaran trip to the beautiful, beautiful coastline of the Na Pali coastline of Kauai. Join us.